I've got some loaves of sourdough coming out, which is also super fun. I'm juggling a little bit. I'm super new to this. I'm just starting a bakery. I've been a photographer for many years, so yeah. And I got Mother's Day deliveries. People are counting on me for 4 o'clock today. So it's a little bit crazy, but we're going for it. Yeah, so I've got some croissant dough out here. I'm gonna pull it in so we can check it out. Let's see. First of all, let's go ahead and get our workspace settled. I just cleaned this off so it's nice and clean, so I don't have a bunch of glumpy glop in here. And then I'll put my PNP in there so you guys can see me. And here we go. I got a nice, this has been in the freezer for 1 hour after our last turn, if you will. So the turns are like a lamination turn, so you can see, if you look right in there close, you can see how much it has gotten laminated over. So that it goes 3 times. So there's 27, there's like 27 layers in there. We're gonna go 10 by 30 on this today. So I just need to, yeah, 10 by 30. So I just get out my trusty Home Depot ruler. 10 by 30. And there it is, and there. I'm gonna be all up on my computer and streaming units business here, but yeah, 10 by 30. So come across there just like so. Yeah, then go straight up. And 10, so pretty narrow. Yeah, so there, and I like to, you know, I came from the farm. We made straight rows. You can see we're right up against, yeah. So I just like to know where I'm at. You know, I think I'll go in like this, and boom. So you can kind of see we're just going to fill it up. It's going to be long and skinny. Going to be long and skinny there. I'm running a little short on flour, so I'm kind of the deal with me is I'm a home baker and I'm trying to make a go of it kind of commercially. I'm in the process of getting a permit from the city of San Diego to do a cottage food operation, which allows me to sell croissants. We're well down the line in that process. I expect to have my provisional permit next week, so that's hugely exciting, right? I'm super stoked. In the meantime, like family, friends of friends have been like ringing me up and being like, hey, can we get some of this? Can we get some of that? And so the word kind of travels. So when I'm baking, I just kind of spread the word out there, and people can reach out to me. Yeah, real grassrootsy. I like to flip it over sometimes. It's pretty delicate, pretty thin by now. Each one of those layers is getting super thin. So it's 27. I think there's 27 layers if I did my math right. So basically, I'm just going to roll it out and fill the box. You can see the box. You can see the box right here. And, you know, for me, rolling it out, it's always a trick to get it, you know, to keep it square. I like to keep those edges nice and square on it. And it's interesting. You see, you can drive it. You can drive it from way back here, you know. I'm going to bring some down here. Yeah. And for me, I like to pop those little bubbles, just keep things copacetic. And once I get it a little thinner, I'm going to break out a different rolling pin. I kind of made this, I like to get some consistency, so I made this rolling pin with some guards on it, and I'll talk more about that, but it allows me to roll everything to a consistent thickness. There we go, getting close down there. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a little bit more flour down in under here, flip it, let it relax just a bit. I'm gonna grab one more pan out so it's ready to go on the next one. These things are feeling a little cold. go. In fact, I might get them both out. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Oops, I keep nicking it. Be a little more gentle. Let's see. Where is my AP? There it is, right there. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes even just letting it relax for just like a minute really helps, you know. It's crazy, the dough's kind of, I don't want to say it's alive, but I guess it is kind of alive. Got a trash can underneath here. I just try to gently just drive it out and fill the box. So I'm going to switch it now to my other rolling pin. So you can see this here. This is like a homebrew kind of way to do it. I took a piece of foam, like it's actually rubber, like exercise strap, and I stuck it on there. And so that keeps it, all of my croissant dough will be exactly as thin as that thing. So it's pretty cool. But it's like wheels, you know, it keeps me from getting thin spots and thick spots. And here we go. And you can see it just rolls it right out. I actually am being very careless today. I must be rushing a little bit. I just nicked my dough again. So I'm just going to slow down. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, my girlfriend just said she's going to the grocery store. I'm gonna stop by for a kiss, so I'm stoked. Anyway, yes. Let's see. Yes! Exclamation point. I'm just gonna also, some folks, we're back live. We might want to see final shaping. Let's see. Of course, I think my mom wants to watch this. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, I don't know where it is. Let's see. Great, thanks. I'm back streaming again. I gotta get these going here. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. And you can see it just moves along. I just keep pushing it out and pushing it out. Ooh, got a little leak down there, a little leaky spot, so I'm just gonna tap that. Put some more of this down here. In fact, I'm gonna pick that up with my bench knife, which is somewhere, but I don't know where right now. Can't work without my bench knife. There it is. Bench knife, gotta love them. There. Like so handy. This is nothing fancy. It's like an OXO bench knife. Yeah. Yeah, so pretty chill. So I use my ruler probably more than you guys would imagine, but oops, wrong one. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and roll this out. Yeah, there we go. So I'm basically just going to square this up a little and then use my ruler and then we'll shape the croissants, put them on a pan, proof them. Better move that. And get some going so we can bake them. I'm running a little tight on time. I'm interested in making a bakery that is kind of baking all day long, smaller batches, so people can come in and just like taste that amazingly. Not baked yesterday, not even baked 6 hours ago, but like taste it like baked an hour ago. You know, kind of that thing that we've all had it, right? And it's like fresh baked. Well, it really is better. Yeah, just want to I use plenty of flour. You know, some people think it's not a great idea, but for me, it's just like, you can see how nice and thin we've got this, how far out it is. And again, this is like this cool thing, this donut. You can buy them on Amazon. I made mine. Okay, cool. So I'm going to measure. I like to use the ends. I make like little cinnamon sugar croissants for my son and my girlfriend out of the ends, right? Okay, so I'm going to start about right here. So each one of these 4-inch strips will make 2, and 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. Yeah, so now grab some pans. I'll be right back. They're just sitting in the other room here. We'll see if you guys can hear me as I'm going back in the storeroom to get pans out. Yeah, awesome. So I'll stick those right here. Oops, sorry, that's kind of loud. Here's my favorite pan, Nordic ware. Basically a nice Nordic ware pan. These are available on Amazon, of course, like everything else in the world. Yeah. And so I put down parchment. I'm curious to see. I tried some of this for the first time today. Let's see how well it works. Sometimes, you know, like one of the things that's tricky about running this little show is, yeah, well, kind of worked. It's a little too small. Might be good for my smaller pans, maybe. Maybe I could use 2 sheets for this. Yeah. Anyway, it's an experiment. There we go. All right. So now, cool, coming across here. Hey, now stay there. All right. So let's see where you guys all see me. Yeah. So we're just gonna start out like trimming these out, cutting these out. So I cut them into triangles. And my croissant recipe, I got the start of it from Tartine and then kind of tweaked it for my own and watched a bunch of YouTube videos. And I looked at Foolproof Baker for some information. I looked at theperfectloaf.com for some information. Mauricio of Foolproof has done an amazing job of like sharing this amazing passion for bread and doing great baking. So here we go. I give it a little slit there, and I pull it out, and I just roll them right up, and it works. It's like surprisingly easy. Then I just flatten that out. I flatten that out so you can see it just a little bit there, so it has a base to sit on. you know, and boom, those will proof up to be like big and beautiful in a couple of hours. I'll get back on with you at that time, and so you can check it out when we bake, but we're gonna bake them today. Yeah, and so there we go. Yeah, looks amazing. So you can see them going on the pan, I think. Let me just tilt this just a tiny bit so you can see them going on the pan. So that's basically what I do, just step and repeat. I split the end so there's a little bit more room. It's those ears. I like those ears can get out there. I pull it just a little bit to put a little extra tension in it. And then I'll show you my proofing setup here, which is kind of MacGyver in a minute, but essentially I basically proof them in bags and spray a little water in, you know, so to keep them nice. And I do like to sometimes, like, I don't like to stretch them too much, but these are a little on the fat side here. So here we go, and push and stretch, and boom, that little dot right there, that makes the base. So that's where it's gonna sit. So I just turn it over and it sits right on that flat spot. Yeah, so trim, stretch just a little bit, stretch and roll it. But as you can see, there's a lot of really nice layering in there. You can see the layers. Each one of those is like a layer of pastry and a layer of butter, you know, which is so cool. That's one of the things I love about these. Croissants are not hard to do, and they do take some time, but it's just like such an amazing pastry. It tastes good. I love to watch people eat them because they always smile and make these amazing sounds. Yeah, so I like to bring that across, so I've got an ear on both sides, and then I just roll them right up. Yeah, there we go. So it actually goes like this. Yeah. These croissants are going to be big, so I'm going to turn them just a little bit more, get a little more space. Yeah. Maybe I'll just do 9 on here. This pan seems tight, like it's going to get tight if I try to do another full roll. So, and yeah, and there we go. Nice big pan. So that works out super great. So then I take one of these proofing bags, which I've been using already, and I take my little spray bottle, which is over here somewhere, I hope. Where is my little spray bottle? That's interesting. Maybe it disappeared on me. Strange things have been known to happen. Spray bottle, spray bottle. Well, aha. So here we go. So I just give it, I kind of give them a little zhuzh, and I like to proof in a nice wet environment. And yeah, so basically that's my 9 sheeter right there. I just give them a little squirt with the squirt, and then I'll stick them in the bag because I don't have a real proofer. And basically I got a little room that runs about 70 degrees, and I usually give it a zhuzh into here too. So I like to let them proof up real big, and basically that's it right there. So you can see it in a bag, and they'll live in there for like an hour or 2 hours ish. Yeah, and so yeah, so that's kind of what's shaking. That's kind of what's shaking in here right now. And, oh yeah, whoops, I lost one of those. I'm just reorganizing, moving a sack of flour so we can effectively proof all these. Sorry, live streamers, I'm off camera right now. It's going kind of crazy in here. Back in the back room. All right, coming back at you. Yeah, so then we just keep on trucking. We'll do that, roll through that one more time. So I'll grab another pan. Grab another pan, a 13 by sheet. Yeah, right on. And boosh. Yeah, these are big old croissants. Honking. Things are massive when you finally get them. Get one, they're like that big. It's awesome. So there we go. This one's super massive. So thick. This thing was like bumping. I like to give them plenty of space. I got plenty of pans, so I'll just go for it. Yeah, good looking croissantines. And if they won't sit up straight, you can just roll them back just a little so they're not quite so. Yeah, just kind of tighten them up just a little bit. Well, that one is just misbehaving like crazy, isn't it? Stay on there, you. All right, here we go. Like slices of pizza. Yeah, there we go. Big, beautiful. So there's another pan full. Give it a quick zhuzh. And then I put a proofing bag on it, which I don't know what happened to them, but I got more over here. And I give it a little squirt. And I seal it up. And I like this trick, like with smaller ones. You know, if you catch it and kind of roll it down, it makes this poofy, it makes it really poofy and puts some volume in there. So. That one is just giving me fits. Up in there, yeah. All right, and we're going. Yeah, Right on. So we're rocking and rolling here. Yeah, I got nobody watching, so we can just do whatever we want. There we go. And boom. These are getting a little on the small side, so I typically try to keep them fairly well balanced. So there we go. I usually like to bake a little cinnamon and sugar croissant with some of these little pieces. I do those those are the baker's treats. So I'll just stick those in here to keep them wet for right now. All right, let's get this next one going. Yeah, looking good. I think that feels pretty good. I think we can also all right, I think we need a little flour under that for sure. And it's pretty clean, so I'm gonna not like I think I will grab one of them out of the I think I'll grab one out of the next batch out so we can just let it start warming up. That's feeling pretty good. I don't want them to get too cold. You're kind of seeking that interplay between the temp of the butter, the temp of the dough, and kind of getting everything to sort of balance out. So we want to go 10 by 30. So we'll go 30, and we'll go. Hello, how are you? Oh yay, my girlfriend just arrived, Jennifer. Jennifer, can you come up here on camera, please? Everybody wants to see you. Inquiring minds want to know what you look like. What's that? So just mark it out, a little box. Hi, baby.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh, come give me a kiss. I showed your text on screen, and they got 2 likes. So I'm just marking this out. So you basically just basically going to roll that out, fill the box, 10 by 30. Baby, no kiss? Gosh. What are you doing? Oh, hello. It's so nice to see you.
You too.
How's it going?
Good.
What are you up to?
Grocery shopping.
Are you?
You're waiting for some croissants.
Yeah, well, it's happening. It's gonna be snug for 4 o'clock. Yeah,
Get on it.
Sandy ordered 2 tomato jams too.
Oh.
So I'm just like, oh, you're off camera there. Come over here. Go hide.
Get them in?
Not yet.
You want me to do that?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take over that top oven,
Okay.
and because the bread is, yeah, we don't need to bake bread on the top.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Let me wash.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Jennifer Chen, the lovely, the fantastic, the supportive. All right. So it's so fun. Here we go. So it's pretty cold. So I feel it. I put my hands on it and I kind of feel it, how like firm it is, you know, because if you really like get after it and go crazy, you can just rip it. So you kind of got to pace yourself. That feels like a cold block of butter right there. So just kind of pace yourself and let that butter warm up a little. I already took one out of, I took the next one out of the fridge, so it's starting to warm up. So butter seems a little cold today. I do love this cool tapered, it's kind of hard to see the taper, but you can see it's fatter in the middle. I love this tapered rolling pin because it's kind of like having a 2-speed pin depending on where you put your hands. You can roll with more power here, and once you get going, you can also move out on the ends and kind of spin it more quickly. Yeah, there we go. So just kind of work it, and the idea is just kind of like, we're basically just going to fill this box. Super simple. Just got to take our time. What's Sasha up to today?
He's been studying.
Has he? Good man. My son, Sasha, 16 years old, and he's been he's a very mature young man for 16. He's been working hard in school. And so we've been sheltering out at Jenny's house, and she's been super duper generous with her space and herself to let us stay there so we get out of the city, the heart of the city. It's kind of crazy down here in downtown San Diego. It's there's really a lot of people who are desperate and living on the streets, and it's kind of wild out there. I had to run over to Albertsons for parchment.
Oh, you ran out of it, huh?
Yeah, I had to. I was out. Yeah, and you can see it start to move, and you can almost steer it. Like depending on, even from back here, you can kind of control, control how it's going. So Jasmine got on YouTube and watched a little while. Mm-hmm.
Did you let her know about it?
I did. And then somebody I didn't know got on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wondered who that was and how he found you.
I do not know. I don't know these things.
If that was you, leave a comment. If
Ah.
you're listening right now,
Oh,
how do
yeah.
I find you?
Yeah, that's a great idea to ask them these questions. They're off now. That was earlier. It's just me. I'm on alone right now. My parents got on. My dad's like, tell them the URL at the beginning and the end, which I will. That's a great idea. Got a little breakout right there. I'll just kind of cover that with flour a little bit. Yeah, but it's feeling pretty good. I'm warming up under the. And it's interesting, I must push harder on this upside because almost every time this little section right here is, this section is in a square, isn't as organized, so. All right, I'm gonna switch out to this cool rolling pin. Again, this thing's nice because it's gonna make all the dough just that thick right there. So really sweet. Did you see how I built this? Can I show you this? I took a leftover strap from pull-ups and then put it on with tape. So that's black pull-up strap.
Oh, yeah.
And then tape, and so then it.
What happened to the ones that you bought?
Oh, I just threw them in the drawer. I got them, but they came. I didn't want to wait. That was back in the days of COVID when we were waiting like weeks for stuff,
Right.
So I didn't want to wait. So I just made my own and ended up working. So I just didn't mess with it, so to speak.
Put all the garlic.
It's in by the microwave and kind of the cool storage. Mm-hmm. We had a little surprise order for some tomato jam. Thank you, Sandy McBrayer, and today, and so we're gonna whip some up real quick. Luckily, I just stocked up yesterday on tomatoes at Specialty Produce here in San Diego. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't visited Specialty Produce and you're here locally, anybody can go shop there. It's retail, it's wholesale. They are super passionate about food, nice people, and they know where their food comes from. They know where the chard is from. They know where everything comes from. They respect and encourage and have great relationships with their farmers. So we're getting it pretty well here. It's getting rolled out pretty nice. You can see we're over that 30-inch mark. And this is going to be a good one. Yeah, see how smooth and nice that is? Yeah, that's great. And let me just adjust this just a teeny bit. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna let the dough relax for just a minute before, and then roll it one more time. And then we're gonna go. We'll cut it. That's the fun part. Oh, now we've got a watcher, somebody else viewing. What's that, baby?
What's the temperature again on the tomatoes?
Oh, 4 something. I think that top's already at 5, so just there we go. So we got it and looking really good. So now just take out the tape measure. And off we go to the races here. I'm just going to trim this. I'm just going to straighten this just a little bit. I'm going to save these. I'm going to save these because I cover these with cinnamon and sugar. These are for Jenny and Sasha. They're yummy. All right. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. All right. Just feel a little thick. I'm trying to stretch them a little. All right, looking good, looking good. So here we go. I just take it and I'll just stretch it just a little bit. Stretch it out. And then I just kind of give it some ears down here on the ends. And up we go. Well, I can feel, this feels firmer than the last batch. I don't know if it's the butter or I'm also using, a different kind of dough called Electra. Electra is a high protein dough, so we'll see. We'll see if maybe that's part of it, but wow, that's really stiff. And you can see all the layers. You can see all the layers in there. Yeah. I think there's like 27 of them or something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna roll this one this way. This dough is really firm. Yeah, I used some of this Electra, and man, it's like, it's beefy.
Yeah, that's beefy.
These are gonna be absolutely massive. And I mean massive, massive. Yeah, it's crazy. Just kind of making this a little longer. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. I'm just going to take one more pass just across all of it. No, that's maybe not be a great idea. It'll stick together probably. Will it work? Let's see. These just seem thick to me, so I'm just gonna try to like lengthen them out a little bit. I don't know if it'll work or not, but hopefully they won't all stick together. But if they do, I guess they do. So here we go. We're gonna split these. I just do a little cut down on the ears, and then roll them up. I just try to get that as thin as I can right there. Split down by the ears, and roll them up. There we go, and we're in. All right, so now I like to give them a little spritz. I just give them a little spritz here, and I spritz the bag. Nice humid environment. This is like the poor man's. It's like the poor man's proofer right here. Spritz in the bag. And then I just slide the pan right in. You can see it works pretty well. And off we go. I'll go put these back in the proofing room, which is off camera. It's kind of it's basically my server room, which has got good AC. I like to kind of proof it at about 75 degrees for at least a couple of hours till they double up in size. So they'll be away for a little while, and we'll get out another pan. And these Reynolds kitchen sheets are kind of nice for this. They fit these pans, these smaller pans, almost perfectly. Makes it real fast and easy. Okay, baby.
I'll be back with some time for the tomato jam.
Oh, I'll be here. It's busy out there today. The street's crazy. Yeah, it's just desperate, man. There's like sick people lying across the street. Bye. There we go, rolling those puppies up. A little bit off center, but still gonna be a cool one. So we'll get it going here, and I like to part them out. There we go. It's amazing how much difference like just changing the flour can make on this thing. I'm just gonna adjust this one just a little bit. That seems a little off kilter. I switched from an all-purpose flour to from a flour at Central Milling called Electra, which, by the way, is so cool. It's named after Carmen Electra. And so here we go. So we're just gonna roll this up. I like to make this little split right here, pull it apart, and then roll them up real nice. And boosh. Keep some of that tension in there, and then there it is. Ooh, that one's sticking just a little bit. Run to the bench knife. I guess rolling it again maybe wasn't the best idea I ever had. I love this dough. It's very forgiving. You know, you can see it almost has a bit of a sheen on it, you know. You can see all of the nice detail on the inside there. All that's from folding. Okay, so here we go. Cut it and pull it out, and then here we go. Fold and roll and roll and roll, and boom. And then I make that nice and thin, so you can see how it tapers. You can see how it kind of tapers there. And then onto the pan. getting a little sticky, so I'm gonna just pick up the paste just a little bit. There we go. And look how beautiful they are. Check it out. See that? And there comes an order right there. There's an order. That's my Wix order line dialing in. I'm not going to accept that call right now because, well, you know, what will be will be. All right, there we go. And on we go. Nice and thin, and latch it. Let's see how that latch goes. Nice and thin there. You can kind of see it. And with this Electro, man, this flour's so strong, it's crazy, but look how pretty. Yeah, so pretty, these. Yeah. So there we go, there's another pan. So we'll just bring that in. Give it a little spritzky. Just like to put some humidity on it all. I'll put and then I just slide the plastic right over. And I do like to do a spritz inside the pan too. And I'm just gonna tag this so I can remember what time these went into proof. It's 118, so these should be going to the oven at 3. Okay, so 315. Let's just put that, there's a little hole in that, so let's put that over the hole. Let's see, 118. I'm working on getting a walk around camera so you guys can walk back with me and look in the oven more closely and into the kitchen and all that, but you can see it's kind of cool. You know, this has a nice kind of puffiness to the, when I trap some air in there, so it doesn't, like, the plastic doesn't stay down on top of the croissants themselves. Yeah, so here we are. We're just going along nicely in here. I'm gonna put a thermometer in there and some two out here. So let's see. And I'm gonna just raise the temperature just a little bit. See how that works out. Okay. All right, should we do another pan full here? Shall we see who ordered? So let's see. Let's see who ordered today. Let's see here. Where is it? I'll look for a new mail. Yeah, so get another pan going while that's checking. All right. Let's get these last few. So we get a nice spread, open it up nice, and then just roll it right up. Yeah, look how beautiful that is. Wowza. Get one more going. It's a little bit of a runt. I'm gonna go this way because I've got a little bit of a seam there, so I'm gonna go this way on this one. Yeah, Another beautiful croissant. I love how like architectural they are and how beautiful, just like looking down right on top of them. You know, to me, that's just like just plain beautiful. You know, so yeah, rolling these flat with the rolling pin was not such a great idea. I don't think I would do that again. After they were cut, rolling them after they were cut, just kind of mushed everything up. Not perfect. Yeah, here we go. This one's kind of crazy. This one's gonna stick way out there, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna roll it up anyway and just call it a croissant that will be for me. I will eat this one. Yeah, and then this one is gonna go into the bag. All right, so now we're ready to do another one. I am gonna clean this off just quickly. And so we got and so this is a wood table and I use mineral oil on the top, so it's nice for handling dough. It doesn't stick very much. You can tell you can see it's a little soft. You can see where my bench knife scratches it just a little bit, but no bigs. And let's see here. Get rid of that. All right, I'm gonna bench knife this just a little bit more. All right, awesome. There we go. So we're ready for this next batch. So with a nice clean work surface. You know, I just want to say, hey, thanks for everybody for joining. It's probably, you know, it's fun, and to have you guys here with me, it makes baking, you know, which is a little bit on the lonely side sometimes. Feel a lot more fun to have people here with me. So thank you for that. So here we go. So just like getting some flour back on this thing. Go, and let's see if we can put my picture back up on there. So this has been out of the freezer for just a little bit, kind of just coming back to room temp. And yeah, it's still pretty cold though. I can feel it. It feels, you know, like in the low 50s. The cool thing is these bags kind of, we reuse them over and over. Obviously, these have tape and stuff on them, but they also, one bag kind of lives with the dough the whole way. So we use it in the refrigerator, we use it in the freezer, then we use it for proofing. So and then we just dry them off and use them again. So a little sticky. I like to use plenty of flour on this croissant dough. I can definitely handle it. So let's mark off. Let's see, I've got 2 tape measures for some reason. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Yeah, so turn the cam just a little bit so it stays straight. Yeah, looks good. Okay, cool. All right, so mark it out. Want 30 inches long. Better go this way just a little bit. Getting so close. 30. So go on up there, and we're gonna go 10. I'm gonna go 10 wide, so we'll start it down here. There we go. It's nice. So kind of got it all settled. So really what we want to do now is just fill a square, you know, pretty easy. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it seems like a bit more of a good orientation. So I like to use the tapered. I like to use the tapered one for this. Just for the initial. Pretty cold dough, so I'm just going to take it nice and easy. We got a phone call coming in. Let's see who's calling here. We don't know. Let's take this. It's Jeffrey Brown speaking.
Hi, what kind of photographs do you do?
We do general types of photography, and so mostly commercial work, but some portraits and things as well.
Okay, so not really like maternity though and stuff, huh?
I have done some. You know, I've been photographing for about 20 years, and so I'm a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. So I've photographed everything from presidential candidates to pregnant mothers to children to catalogs. So basically, I basically done most everything many times.
20 years, wow, yeah. Okay, you have a studio you have?
Yeah, you can check out our studio. It's amazing. It's studio710.space, SPACE.
Okay, and you're open right now to the public, or are you still waiting for orders or something?
Yeah, I'm open now. I'm not available today, but we could do it another day, you know, soon.
Okay, and do you have like rates or anything?
Yeah, it's $375 an hour, and so usually for a shoot, like in an hour would take care of it. We'll get like, you know, honestly, we'll shoot like a couple hundred pictures in an hour, and then I'll put them onto a Google Drive for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to look at your website and I'll give you a call back.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, I'm also a photographer. So, we're doing a little bit of photo work during COVID. Still, it's gotten pretty quiet on the commercial front, but in terms of in terms of some portraiture, and there's a few little commercial projects happening, but mostly it's pretty quiet, which has been kind of cool, and it's one of the things that gave me both the time and just kind of like, you know, an extra push, you know, to go ahead and do this, you know, because I was like, I've been wanting to start a bakery for many years, but I was always like, well, you know, I need to keep cranking because I got a photo business going, and I've got a son in high school, and so with this COVID like slowdown, it's sort of given me the space to sort of go for it. So you guys are along on this ride with me, like figuring out how to launch a bakery, to get the permits, to you know, figure out how to market it and all that stuff. So far it's been really fun, but I will say that baking, you know, 60, 70 croissants and 15 loaves of bread and stuff all in a day. You can see the bread sitting over here, you know, it's a lot of work. It's physical, man. It's a workout. So anyway, you see the coffee machine over there. I'm gonna hit that for an espresso pretty darn soon. cold. The dough is really cold. So and we'll let this warm up just a little bit. Maybe I'll get these, go ahead and get these proofing. I'm gonna let this warm up for 5 minutes or so. So yeah, so I'm gonna take this tray back to the proofing area. Yeah, and I just like to, give it a spray in the bag. So there's plenty of humidity. I don't know if you guys can see, you can really even see the humidity in there, but you know, it's beaded up. You know, it's beaded up on it, so it's a nice humid environment for the dough to just expand to as big as it can go. All right, I'm gonna run these back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run these into the proofing room. I love these. These are fun. Look how they puff up. Yeah. A little cool in here. Close that door and warm up a bit. All right. Well, we're just kind of chilling, waiting for this dough to warm up a bit. So I'm gonna kind of relax for a second. I like to kind of try to listen to the dough when I can, you know, and you know, it was just like fighting it, you know. I was like, arr. So I just decided to let it sit for just a minute or two, just to kind of let it warm up and see if that helps. Yeah, if you, if anybody is local in San Diego and wants to get some croissants or the bread that we do here, you could go to izolabakery.com. I'm going to figure out how to get a link on here somehow. I've only been live streaming for 2 days, so I don't really know how to do that yet, but the breads are looking really good. Nice. It's all naturally leavened sourdough. So you can kind of see it's like really open, and you know how hollow that sounds, and crispy crust. Yeah. So you can see a little close-up shot of it there. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice bread. Yeah. So it's still warm. I wish this wasn't sold. I'd cut into it right now. All right, let's see. Now that I've gotten breadcrumbs in the croissants, let's see if we can get there we go. I'm getting close enough now. I'm about to break out my my sheeter rolling pin. So swap that one for this. Oops, sorry. You guys are getting quite a view of the top of my head there. I don't know, I feel like I might want to make them just a little bit thinner. Like I might take one wrap of tape off of this thing. let's see, here we go. Take a wrap of tape off, maybe I'll do that. They just seem a little too thick. I'm going to take one wrap of tape off each end so I can adjust the height down. You can see this. I'm just taking one. It's tape, so I'm just going to basically take off that amount of tape just to make it that much thinner. They do sell these things on Amazon. I think I talked about it with Jenny for a second earlier, but essentially these things just, you know, it basically makes it that thick. All the dough will be that thick, which is just over a 1/4 inch, I think. There we go. Yeah, pretty nice. Still a little on the chilly side, so I'll just take a second and get the next sheet pan ready to roll. Let's see, Reynolds. I've been using these cookie sheets, this baking parchment. I just started trying this today, and I like it. It's nice. It's you know, nice just to whip it out. You know, I don't know how much more it costs, but at some point it's kind of nice to have a little bit of help there. Isn't that interesting? Like, definitely GoPro's definitely distorting the image just a little bit. Or maybe it's not. One thing to keep in mind, I had it clear over here. You got to keep, well, I can't really see it, but you got to keep the thing up on they got to keep the wheels up on the table, or it functions just like any other rolling pin. And one of the things I like to do with these is to flip them and just get some flour under them, just so they can stretch to their full potential, if you will. My laptop's getting totally jacked with all of this. It's getting totally jacked with all of this flour. It's nutty. Yeah, it's getting pretty close. I'm gonna let it warm up just a little bit more. Yeah, I kind of feel like we ought to play some music in here. Wonder what I got handy. Getting there, getting pretty long. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna pull off another layer of this tape. I just feel like, well, yeah, and you can see it's just nothing more than just like a little hoop. I feel like I'm still thicker than I want to be, so I'm gonna take one more layer off there, off of this side, and I'm gonna take one more layer off of this side. See what that feels like. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. All right. Just got the tape out there. So here we go. Just cutting right down through it. 4 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches, 16, 20. 24, 28, 32, and then we crisscross back across, triangles. All right, here we go. think we can get 3 across on this. Feels like it, right? Maybe not. All right. Yeah, so pretty. This feels like all-purpose flour again. For some reason, I didn't really track it, so I'm not exactly positive, but yeah, you can see, like, look at the look at all the layers in there. It's kind of amazing, right? You can see them all. Each one of those, a perfect little layer. It's one of the things I love about this, like making croissants, is that it's so, it's just like all these little hidden, like little cool things that you see in there. And then boom. And really, I mean, they're not that hard to make. Just take some time. I heard this great Sawyer Frederick's cover. Man, see if I can put this on for us. I think I can push this right through. I'm just gonna mute my mic for just a minute here.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one.
Cool, yeah. Here we go. So I'll keep working while Sawyer and Lily are singing. Oh yeah, this is a big boy right here. Oh. Jenny, you're back. Yay. How you doing, baby? I'm good. I'm just playing a little Sawyer Fredericks on the stream while I'm just finishing up these last few croissants. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you make up like a big thing, one more of those tomato jams? Yeah, the 16s, she bought 2 16s, so so it's double that. So I think while we're cooking, we might as well cook, if we have the supplies, cook as much as will fit in the oven, you know, because Yeah.
The other
That's 116, yeah.
train.
Yeah, check this out, guys.
Headed
How beautiful
back
this is.
to New
And
Orleans,
fully ready to go.
to wear my ball and chain.
Good there.
Well, there is a house in New Orleans. Well, they call
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give a little spritz.
And it's
And
been
then bag it.
the ruin of many a poor boy.
Oh, there it is.
In God, I know I'm one.
Did you have lunch yet? Eh?
Yes, I know that
Well, sort of. I have some big jars. I don't have any like little ones, or I haven't really bought any. The tomato jam orders kind of came as a surprise. All right, last pan.
The most common reaction to a birthday infant is, I didn't know flowers could look like this. I'm Brittany Ash. I'm a floral artist and the founder and director
All right,
of
one
Birch.
pan to go here.
I use
so
Squarespace as a tool
take
to
Sawyer out of the mix, and so that sounded amazing. So cool! I can live stream like off of the computer into the feed too. So I put some music in. Spreadsheet, big spreadsheet. Let's see here.
The only thing with me starting another pan of this is that one that's in there right now won't be able to sit in a oven, a warm oven. It's not.
Yeah, maybe we just bake it out more traditionally and just I'll watch it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting down to the skinny here. Just got a couple left. Got a couple left to go. This feel good. All right. And then we got these for cinnamon sugar right here. And a little spritsky. Right, so we got a nice pan here, all ready to go, covered with, and you can see there's a good amount of humidity in there, so these will just go into the proofer for a couple of hours. So those two, what time is it? It's about 2 o'clock, so 2 o'clock. Smells good.
The tape burned on that.
Which did?
The tape, I think.
Oh, huh. Oh yeah, I guess maybe that's not the best. Alright guys, well, all of that, we've now got about 50, 60 croissants in the proof ready to go. We're going to take a break for an hour or two, let these things rise up. I'm going to finish baking bread and jump back there, make some tomato jam or finish up and have a cup of coffee with Jenny. So we will be back. Say bye, Jenny.
Bye.
Alright, we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to order, www.izolabakery.com. That's IZOLABAKERY.com. And we're here making and baking, making this nice homemade stuff in the East Village in downtown San Diego. All right, thank you and ciao.